Hi.
Hello, Mr. Michaels. What can I do for you?
How's my mother today?
No change. Her vital signs are all okay, but she is still comatose like before.
So, we can only wait.
It looks that way.
Has the guy who inquired about my mother been here again?
No, at least not on my shift.
And please, can you tell the other nurses that they should keep an eye out for this guy? The police are looking for him.
I know. The police faxed through a photo fit picture.
Good. You heard what happened to Fuller?
Oh, yes. Beatrix told me. They brought him in here this morning, covered in blood.
Did you know Fuller?
Not personally.
What do you mean by that?
I'd heard of him. You... Okay, listen. I'll tell you. As a woman, it wasn't an especially good idea to have your picture taken by him.
Why not?
He was a creep. And was not supposed to be able to keep his hands to himself. That sort of thing gets around, of course.
Thanks very much for the information.
No problem.
There's a delivery note for liquid soap. I can't take anything. The nurse will notice.
Excuse me. This area is only for staff. You're not allowed in there.
Oh, excuse me. I didn't know that. I've got to distract the nurse somehow. She won't let me in there. There are a few cables hanging down the side of the unit, mostly to the sensors attached to my mother. There are a few cables hanging. The machine only monitors my mom's vital functions, so it doesn't matter if I loosen a cable here.
Yes.
Hello.
Are you delivering something?
Yes.
Delivery note.
I must have forgot it.
Well, go and get it.
Oh, of course. I can't take anything.
Yes.
Hello.
Are you delivering something?
Yes.
Well, go and get it.
All right. Again. Perhaps the delivery note will be of use. I'll take it.
Yes.
Are
you delivering
Yes.
something? Delivering? Whatever.
I'll be off then.
Hey, not so fast. What you delivering then?
Liquid soap?
So, where is it?
Huh?
Where is the package?
Oh, what a klutz. I left it in the car.
Man, unbelievable. In my day, I wouldn't have never gotten away with that kind of thing.
Oh, no. Does that mean I'll never be able to become a security guy now? I'll get the box. An empty package. Looks like someone's unpacked the shipment here and left the packaging. Some people. Hey, Rosie. Hard at work, I see.
What do you want?
Do you know this man?
Has he got something to do with the Fuller murder? Of course. I can see it now. That's a real criminal face.
You know him or not?
Never seen him.
Then not. Have you already heard what happened to Fuller?
Isn't that something?
I know, right?
Alas, something's happening here. A bloody murder in the middle of the night? A suspicious foreign lady? Who knows what's gonna come out of all this?
Maybe the suspicious foreign woman is innocent and has been wrongly arrested.
Oh yeah, and the killer is still on the loose and is gonna kill again.
Oh yeah, maybe a souvenir shop employee.
That's not funny. You shouldn't joke about that.
What can you tell me about the hotel down the coast?
The Wild Coast? Belongs to an old town family. Been there for about 100 years. It's a well-run place. Doesn't do badly. Bit boring, though.
No scandals?
The owner doesn't get on too well with his son. He's hanging out in Portland. Some kind of musician. But exactly what? I don't know.
And anything else?
There's an illegal card game up there sometimes. The cops don't bother with it, though.
Why'd they do that?
How should I know? The chief probably plays with them.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yes. Are you
hello?
delivering something?
Yes.
Delivering note. Whatever. The package?
I've got it here.
Okay.
Can I go in now?
No, you can't. Where's your pass?
My what?
Your visitor's pass? You have to get a visitor's pass back there.
Oh, come on. What is this garbage? I just want to take my package to the mortuary.
And you need a pass to do that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
You could say so.
I'd think about that if I were you. Hi.
Hello, Mr. Michaels. What can I do for you?
What's up with your security guy? Does he think he's guarding a bank or something?
Oh, him. If you ask me, he's not all quite there. Back there is the morgue, a few storage rooms, the laundry, and the garage. Don't know why it has to be so secure. This here is Biddeford. Nothing gets stolen here.
Oh, just a few people get butchered, that's all.
But only extremely rarely. Oh, sorry. We shouldn't joke about it.
You don't seem to be too worried.
I'm not scared. That was the first murder here for years. I don't think such a thing will happen again quite so soon.
That's reasonable. Who's allowed access to the morgue?
Hospital employees, of course. And the police.
And how does the security guy recognize the employees?
You want to sneak in there? You got no chance. Good old Dick knows everyone here.
Oh, it's impossible for him to know everybody who comes through these doors.
Well, okay. Not the delivery guys, but he knows the employees better than they know themselves. I get the feeling he's taken a peek in the personnel files.
I'd like a visitor's pass, please.
You don't need one. They're just for folks delivering stuff.
But you're wearing one, aren't you?
Dick, the security guy over there, insists that all the employees wear ID. I'm not so petty. Visitors shouldn't have to get messed up in paperwork.
Oh, yeah? So that means that just about anyone can wander in here off the street.
No. Everyone's got to register with me first. You mustn't worry about your mother.
Of course not. She's only lying in a coma.
It wasn't meant like that.
Thanks very much for the information.
No problem.
What a flashy thing that is. Probably some tourist's cool ride. Europeans in particular confuse New England with California. Most of the year, an open-top car is up with that kind of weather. Biddeford should make the raincoat in that. I think that the picture has turned out very well. Clues in the trash, huh? It's worth a try. Oh, man, that stinks. So, what have we got here? Trash bags with leftovers, packaging, paper towels, and... Hey, some torn up pieces of paper. That really might be interesting. Those are the paper snippets out of the trash can at the diner. Let's see if I can put them back together. Yeah, I think it's a letter from Fuller to Mrs. Biber. Maybe even the one I stuck in her hand yesterday? Dearest Claire, I'm a little disappointed
that you don't come to visit me anymore. Don't you miss our time together at all? All the fun we had? Take a look at the pictures. You look so happy and contented. Don't you think so too? I tell you, that was some kind of fun we had too. And you just can't bring yourself to admit it. Are you worried about it getting out? Well, it would be too embarrassing, wouldn't it? A married businesswoman has to watch her reputation. What would the folks say? What would your husband do with you? It would be a scandal. But I'll protect you from it. Me and 15 Ben Franklin stand between you and shame. I'll expect the, bonus this evening. Bring it to me, and I'll enjoy myself with your pictures for a few more weeks. F.
That's at least evidence that Fuller was blackmailing Mrs. Biber. 15 Ben Franklins is $1,500. But is that gonna be enough for the cops? They're gonna ask her what he was blackmailing her with. And if they ask her, Biber will deny everything. I've gotta find out what Fuller was using to blackmail her. And I'm sure that the answer is behind that secret door. The doc's got his hospital ID with him. Perhaps I can somehow get my hands on it. Excuse me, Dr. Newhouse.
Hello, yes?
Do you know how my mother is? Or should I ask someone in the hospital?
I've already seen your mother today, Darren, no change, and I think we ought to take that as a good sign.
Are there good medical reasons for thinking that? Or is that just wishful thinking?
Optimism never hurts.
So it's just wishful thinking then.
Darren.
Thanks, Doc. So how was old Fuller killed then?
Oh, I'm afraid I'm not allowed to tell you anything. They're still investigating.
What? You think I'd tell the press? I did used to work for him, and I'd like to know what happened.
Well, okay then. He was stabbed.
And more exactly?
He was stabbed nearly a dozen times. Not a nice sight.
Did he bleed to death?
Not necessarily. Could have been shock. Could well have been that some vital organs were injured.
Huh. So looks like Fuller had a pretty free choice of how he checked out. Somebody wanted to cover all the bases for him.
Darren, you really shouldn't speak of the dead like that.
I'm not interested in the dead. I'm interested in the murderer. Have you ever seen this guy? He was in the hospital yesterday.
In the hospital? I don't think I saw him. Why didn't you ask the nursing sister?
He was here in the diner, too.
Huh. That's right. I think he was talking to Mrs. Biber.
Did you notice anything else?
Afraid not.
As I understand it, there's also a department in the health center for the less mobile. A morgue.
Yes, that's right. This is a small town. We doctors at the health center are also responsible for checking corpses.
So don't you have to have special training for that?
If there's even just the slightest sign of a crime, then we get an experienced pathologist over from Portland.
So that means that Fuller still hasn't been looked at.
Right now, we're waiting for the pathologist. We've only prepared him.
Do the nurses sometimes stick their fingers in the deceased's personal effects?
Outrageous! Of course not. These things are properly stored away in the morgue, as they should be.
Thank you. So, are the cops in Biddeford any good?
How do you mean that?
Do you trust them to find the killer?
I'm sure they'll do their best.
Oh, right.
We've never had a case like this before.
Oh, so you don't reckon it's such a bad thing if they've got the wrong person, since they still have to practice?
I'm sure that the captain will solve the case.
What's that ID you're wearing there?
It's from the hospital.
Don't they know you're a doctor there? They can't have that many staff.
I said the same thing to the admin people. But Dick, the security guard, insists on it. He's very meticulous. And apparently can't recognize faces.
Can you tell me something about the security guy at the hospital? I find him kind of interesting.
He used to be a police officer. He was, There were a few problems. So, when he couldn't be a police officer anymore, he became a security guard. Where do you know him from?
He was in the diner yesterday.
Oh, right. But strange as it may seem, I believe he lives for his job.
He lives for that? Being a security guy.
He takes his job very seriously. Sometimes too seriously.
Well, that's it for now, I guess.
If you've got any more things you want to ask, just come and find me.
Psst, Mrs. Biber.
Yes, what can I get you?
So where was your husband last night?
Yeah, and what's that got to do with you?
What's that with him and Fuller?
I'm asking you.
Can you tell me anything about Carrie? She's supposed to have killed herself?
Yeah, Carrie. She was a really sweet girl. Always ready to help, always friendly. She wanted to open a kindergarten here. There's not much in the way of childcare around here. Parents have to take their kids for miles to find a place. She was such a lovely girl. She still had her whole life in front of her.
I saw a photo of her in Fuller's shop window. She was really pretty.
If I'd only known. The poor thing.
How do you mean?
It's not important. Too late anyway.
Haven't you heard what's happened to Fuller?
Yes. But I don't want to talk about it.
Why not? You hated him. Maybe your life will be a bit easier now without him around anymore.
How can you say that? He's been murdered. You're making it look like I wanted that to happen to him.
Did you then?
No!
After everything he did to you?
What do you know about that?
Oh, a little.
Nothing. You don't know a thing. And if there is anything, you save it for yourself.
Or what? The same thing that happened to Fuller will happen to me?
Get out.
Sorry, Mrs. Biber? This weird guy, the one who bumped into me yesterday, have you seen him again?
The guy from yesterday? Sure, I think I'd remember him.
This guy.
Oh, him. Nope. I haven't seen him again since he was in here questioning me.
What did he want?
He was asking after Miss so-and-so.
Miss Angelina Morgan?
Could be.
And you haven't seen him again?
Nope.
Will you tell me if you do?
Maybe.
So friendly. What's happened to your eye? Let me guess. You fell down the stairs.
Yes.
And your husband was standing at the bottom doing his boxing training.
What's this got to do with you?
I just don't understand it. How often does this happen?
Not often. Just sometimes.
Maybe you ought to move to a bungalow without stairs.
Yeah, you think you can give me advice? You married?
You trade in your pride when you do that?
You've never been in love. If you had, you'd never ask that. Okay, what do you want to drink?
Is it too early for a whiskey? What do you think? Mrs. Biba? So, are 15 Ben Franklins enough of a motive for murder?
What?
The $1,500 you had to pay Fuller.
Get out of here. You just can't. You don't.
Have any evidence? Could be I do. It's about time the truth got shook out.
I didn't murder Fuller.
Where were you when it happened?
So now you're a cop.
Would you prefer it if I go to the cops on this?
I was at home.
Alone?
With my husband.
I believe you. That shiner you have there says it all. A girl I know is being suspected of having killed Fuller.
I'm sorry about that.
Yes, she was lured into a trap. She has no motive. She also wasn't being blackmailed.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Was Fuller blackmailing anyone else? Did anyone else have a motive apart from you?
Oh, you got nerve. I wasn't being blackmailed. Listen, I'm sorry about what happened to your friend. But if she's not guilty, then she won't be held for long now, will she? And I don't know anything about blackmail.
Huh. So you don't want to help me get an innocent girl out of jail?
I can't.
Psst. Mrs. Biba.
Yes, what can I get you?
Hey, can I get a pot of coffee?
On its way.
Hot.
Oh man, sorry. It was an accident. Sorry.
It's all right. Your thoughts are elsewhere.
Oh, give it here, Dr. Newhouse. I'll rinse out the stain.
Thanks.
No harm meant.
No damage. I just gotta keep it cool.
Now that's what I call a serious coffee stain. And the ID badge is still pinned to the lab coat. So now I've got some ID. Excellent. The security guy at the morgue surely won't inspect it that closely.
Yes. Are you delivering
Yes.
something? Delivering? The package?
I've got it here.
Okay.
Can I go in? I've got...
All right, then. You could go in.
Thousands of people die every year from infections they pick up in hospitals. Makes me wonder if hygiene hysteria is the better way to go. The cleaning agents they use aren't so innocuous themselves. and the viruses are getting more and more resilient. Well, it's all really clean here, but ultimately a dead person makes less mess than a living one. Yeah, well, at least if you don't cut them open. Either they assume that Biddeford's population will reach 50,000, or the number of cold drawers is quite over the top. Half the town would have to have a collective heart attack. A syringe. Quite a size. I guess any remaining fluids are sucked up with that. I certainly wouldn't want my flu shot injected with it. Huh. 6 clipboards in total. Let's see. There are lists of the personal belongings each dead person had on them, but there are no names. There's 394 written on the first one. I guess the numbers on the lists here relate to the numbers on the boxes. That means if I can work out which of these lists belong to Fuller, then I know which box his stuff is in. Number 394. Hairbrush, lipstick, car keys, mirror. That's hardly gonna be the contents of Fuller's pockets. Number 412. Wallet, keys, Polaroid photo. That could be Fuller. Oh, wait a minute. A wedding ring. Fuller was never married, so it's not 412. Number 433. Credit cards, earrings, anklet. No, not Fuller's. Number 448. Wallet, driver's license, credit card, keys, bills. I wouldn't rule that out as being Fuller's, but I'm not certain. Number 442. Driver's license, photos, small change, a pacifier, baby powder. Definitely not Fuller. Number 399. Knife, torch, ski mask, skeleton keys, small change, plastic bag. Unless Fuller was about to set off on a secret thieving trip when he was murdered, then that's not his. Number 448. That's the only box left. It's gotta be it. Not a pretty sight. Fuller's body's peppered with stab wounds. They've undressed him. I won't find any clues here. I'd rather not do that. Whoever it was, he must have been out of his mind. I'd rather not do that. That's Fuller's box. Fuller's keys. Those could be useful. Hey, and here's his wallet. Driver's license, a few dollars, credit card, a few bills. But no secret numbers or anything like that. I think I'll take the keys. The wallet and the rest of that stuff is of no use to me. There's nothing more of interest in it.